Hey guys, Jodid here, back with another video, and today we have a NASCAR versus an F1 fan skit, and I know I say this every video, but I do not have professional equipment, and I am a single video taker, so I do videos by myself. So right here will be the NASCAR driver, and then, not NASCAR driver, NASCAR fan, and right here will be the F1 fan. So if I go, then you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get to the video. Bro, did you see the race last night? Oh yeah, the race at Austria? Yeah, it was crazy, man. What? No, I was talking about the race to Bristol. What? You're a fan of NASCAR? F1's obviously better, dude. I mean, open wheel cars, wheel to wheel racing. I mean, how do you compare to that? Well, pretty simple. Yours is all about the downforce and DRS. As long as you have DRS and downforce and you take a lead, if you don't have a straightaway that doesn't have DRS, then how are you supposed to catch up? With NASCAR, it all matters about the straightaway and corners. As long as you get a bunch of good corners and stuff, why do you think we have a circle track to make the races closer? In F1, the second you get far away where you don't get DRS and you have a little wear on your tires, you won't succeed. That's not true. What about for slower cars in the lead? Well, how did they get in the lead then? No, what about pit strategy? Well, yeah, pit strategy made them in first place, but it helps them, their pit strategy. They probably have newer tires, and they can stay in the lead for as long as they want. But NASCAR has a better pit strategy than that. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, see here, it just depends on caution and stuff, if you want to pit or not. I mean, you usually don't have cautions, and when you do, you don't usually stop. Well, yeah, but we sometimes have safety cars once and often. Yeah, but those are safety cars. Those are mandatory if there's a big enough crash to where you have to get a safety car to pull it out. If you don't, then the race keeps going and the person stays in the lead. And they don't got to worry about pitting because they already have fresh tires. Or they're on track to pit with everyone else. So what's the point of pitting? Well, yeah, but still in NASCAR, I mean, what about if someone pit 10 laps before another caution showed? It just depends on the track, man. I mean, say for example, that there's a track that would not, use a bunch of tire wear. And then a caution comes out 10 laps after a stage. And there's, so everyone else decides not to pit. But the guy who didn't pit last time when the stage ended, will pit this time. And they'll kind of have a little fresh or wear, but that isn't enough to tell a big difference if it's at a track that does not use a bunch of tire wear. If it does, then you can tell a major time difference. Yeah, but still, I mean, F1, I mean, you can't tell the tire difference that much as well after a few laps. Actually, you can, because you have to pit a little more in F1, considering how long the tracks are, meaning you use way more tire wear than a NASCAR track does. We only usually have 3 to 4 pit stops for to around a 300 to a 400 lap race, and you usually race 80 laps, and you usually have to take around 2 or 3 as well. So, it just depends. Well, what about our teams? We give a bunch of newer drivers a chance. We have a Del Mitchell team. We have some of the bigger teams have smaller teams. You know, stuff like that. With NASCAR, it's different because, well, you have lower series to start with. You're not in a developmental car, or you're not in the lower team car, so you don't have a bunch of speed. So if you show talent in the lower series that are kind of bigger, say for example, you start in the lower series ARC. If you prove yourself, you'll get a decent truck series ride. And if you prove yourself in the truck series, Xfinity. And if you prove yourself in the Xfinity, you get to the mains. With F1, you have to be in a developmental team. Like, why? Or you have to be in F4, and then you go to F3, and then F2, and then F1. That's your long journey right there. NASCAR's kind of the same, but it's still different because they F4, F3, it's not a main thing that you put a lot into. F1 puts a lot into it, but do a bunch of television people sign big giant contracts to these people to a television deal with F4 and F3, F2. I mean, I don't really see F4 races around. You know, I might have seen one or two on television. I mean, the main lower tiers that usually get caught is you get a little more F3 races, but then F2 you kind of get some big ones. But I mean, really, can you tell? You kind of have a point. What about the tracks? We make it simple. What about people who want to transfer from NASCAR to F1? They're not used to that. Same thing with F1 transferring from F1 to NASCAR. They're not used to it. Why do you think John Montoya only had one win? Because he wasn't used to it. He never got used to it. And the only reason why he got one win was at a road course. Okay, you have a point. But really, I think we can agree to disagree. Shake on it. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!